Good morning. It is a beautiful sunny morning out. It is 24 degrees out right now. It's supposed to get into the 60s today, which is amazing. We haven't had that kind of weather for at least 6 months now, so we are so excited. We get to start working on the siding outside today of the house, and I'm also excited to report Camo and all the other goats have been staying inside now since I hooked up all the electrical fence part. If you guys missed the last video, Camo kept getting out and I couldn't figure it out, so we put a GoPro out here to see, and the GoPro caught him sneaking under the bottom of the fence. And he was doing that because I had disconnected the hot wire from the bottom of the electrical fence. So when it was buried in snow, it wouldn't short out, and I just never turned it back on, and we melted our snow in the last few days. So yeah, now that we have that fixed, he is staying in, which is good because it's not fun always having to catch a goat, especially him because he's a stinky goat. So I am just amazed at that sun and how warm it's supposed to be. We're gonna be in a good mood today. We have a bunch of little scrap wood that we need to get rid of. So we're gonna have a fire going this morning while we're outside working. I don't know if we need it, but I feel like having a fire. Before we start getting the corners installed, I gotta go around and I gotta clean up this piece of plywood. On the side it's down a little low. It looks like on the back side it is. On that front it isn't. I just gotta check that other back and see, but once we get all this cleaned up, we can start getting our corners figured out and make sure we got everything sitting nicely. It's gonna be nice to see it all trimmed out. And then there's one thing I wanna ask you to think about, and we should try doing when we go to trim these windows in. We might not want to put trim on the inside. We might just want to have our siding, boom, 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 because it'll be wider. And it'll already kind of be like a bigger window framed in, and then the center. So I think we should just try it. You know what I mean? Like cut some small pieces of siding, see if we like that, and then put the trim in there and see which one we like better.
I was thinking before you even asked that maybe we don't put the trim on the side. It could do it everywhere else. This is a different wall. This is like a totally different side. The windows are totally different. It's okay to be different on this side.
Well, I'm thinking we just trim out the outer part of all the windows, and then the centers we don't.
I'm thinking we don't do any trim, but I mean,
yeah, we can figure it out.
Because this side is totally different.
It is. All right, one done. I am already starting to sweat. The sweatshirt won't be staying on very long.
I was just gonna say the same thing. It's really nice. I have my insulated bibs in my winter boots and a sweatshirt on, but I wanted to dress warm and I can always take the layers off, but I do feel like I'm gonna be able to take my sweatshirt off soon, so that's nice.
All right, let's check that corner and see if we got to cut that one back or not.
You're gonna be sad to see that green go.
I know, right? We won't know what to do not having a greenhouse.
We won't say anything yet though because we don't have the other stuff up yet.
All right, so this side we don't got to trim up either. We got to put a little filler strip over here when we get there. We can do that after. I want to start on this back corner, and we'll do this back corner. We'll get the ones that we're not going to see the most first. Then we'll go to the front. We got to figure out how we want to trim these out and get the corner done, because we're going to have a little piece of siding right here. I'm going to go cut a piece of the corner off and make a template to see how it's going to look.
Okay.
Because unfortunately the corners only come in 10-foot sections, and we have like just under 6 feet or just over 5 feet that we're going to need. So we had to buy 4 corners. We're going to have a lot of scrap. So we can cut off a piece and make our first jig first. That was the worst thing about getting these corners. They would have came in 12-foot sections. We would have only needed 2.
Right.
But they only come in 10-foot sections. So this one has a seam in it, so I'm curious to see if it's dead center or which way we should cut off. All right, so I think if we take a scrap piece off that end, put this corner up high in the back, that seam will be up top in the back and you won't see it.
What is the seam? What do you mean?
It's just where they had joined some wood together so you can see a tiny lip. Nothing major, but if we can keep that up high where you're not going to see it, I'd rather have that. Curious to see how these are going to cut.
You think they're too thick?
They might be.
Then what do you do?
Might have to get a new saw.
You can just do the rest with a
sawzall. You can, but it just stinks 'cause it's not going to give you a nice clean cut.
Well, you only have 4 corners.
I know, but it's not perfection.
Well, you're not gonna buy a new tool for that little tiny. It's like, look at it.
It's a good excuse. I gotta buy a slider. They should just make them a hair smaller.
I can't think of everything.
It's gonna go like that, but I want to notch this so it slides up.
Oh, I see.
So I want this side to go all the way up. I'll have to cut this at the roof pitch angle. But first I gotta figure out how far we need to slide it up. So we'll notch out this side, slide it up, and I'll get it angled with the roof, and then I'll have to cut a piece of black trim to fill this in later.
The weather sure is different from the other day. It's calm and not windy. We have a bunch of stuff that I can see that flew around the yard that we have to pick up at some point. Feel like a treasure hunt.
That wind was crazy.
Yeah, but it's nice out. I love this weather. 2 cats hunting. There's Jax right here. And Figaro is right there. And I just spotted an Arlo.
What a temperature difference from this side of the house to the front. So now I want to do this. All right, that'll give me the angle we need. I'll get that cut. I like that right there. That looks nice.
I think that's where you're supposed to be, Mr.
Uh-oh.
Jax. Hello. There's no mice up there. I hope not. Come on. So you're using this like a trick like you did upstairs with the molding?
Yes.
I was kind of wondering what you were doing.
All right, I just spent about 5 hours trying to figure out this cut, but I think I got it. If we do it like this, it'll sit nice and flush on our stone ledger, and this corner lines up with that corner. Originally, we had it like this. And we kind of had a funky shadow line. We didn't like it. And then I just beveled it down some, and it just dropped it down a little bit. Then I did another cut, and I was able to get it to go like that. What do you think?
That looks a lot better.
So it's kind of 3 cuts. I got to cut it flat, then I got to do an angle cut at like a 15-degree angle, and then I got to back step it and do a 45-degree angle, so that way it sits over the tin we bent. But I think that's going to be worth it.
Yeah, it looks so much better like that.
Yeah, it's a lot of time and energy and effort to do it, but in the long run.
Show it the other way again. It doesn't look good. It just looks like...
Yeah, it just looks blah.
Yeah.
So we'll do it this way, have it down, and then our siding will come here.
Right.
But that'll be fine. That'll be a shadow line. But that looks nice and finished. So a lot of the times this little stuff takes a lot of time to figure out, but if you figure it out right, it just looks so much nicer. So now I just need to get a length.
So you got your measurement, now you're gonna take it down.
What's that?
You got your measurement, now you're gonna take all those pieces down.
Yep.
Yeah.
66 5/8. So we can use this for our template to cut it out.
Yeah.
The top. And then we'll remember this for the bottom. I figured out you can cut this all in one whack. Just gotta be smarter. I think my coffee set in. See?
He did.
It's like a loose tooth.
There you go.
Gotcha. All right, I lost track how many times this is, but hopefully it's the last one.
I think it's 6. That looks good. Do you like it?
Yeah, all of our cuts look nice. That one too. So now we gotta take it back down. We're gonna prime and paint the edges so that way they don't get water on them, so they're good and sealed.
So I'll do that when you do the next one?
Yeah, I will go around and I'll start getting the template made for this back corner, get that back corner figured out.
Do you think you can use the same template?
For that front corner, I can use the same template, and then this back corner one I'll make, and it'll work on the front one. So we gotta have 2 templates, unfortunately. I totally forgot this back corner we can't do today, so we're gonna be doing 3, not 4 today. We gotta wait until we do the stone here. We wanna let this all finish drying out, and I kinda gotta scratch my head and figure out how we're gonna be doing all of this. This little jot out right here is where our insulated pipe runs. That goes to our outdoor Woodmaster boiler to heat the house. So I gotta kind of figure out and scratch my head how I wanna get this done and make it look right. So that's why we haven't done that. Plus it was all covered in snow. So I still need to do some head scratching on that. So we're gonna stop on that corner and come to the front. We'll work on this front one because I got to make the template, and then that other one I don't have to make a template for. So let's get this one cut and get it ready for Gina to prime. Oh, I like that. I like it a lot.
Let's make sure it's level.
Level that way. Level that way. We're right on the money. So that is perfect.
So I'll get that one primed.
Yep. We'll sand the edges a whisker, and then we can get it primed. So we like to just hit the edges right here with a piece of 220 grit sandpaper so it's not a sharp corner. Because if you leave the corner sharp, the paint chips off. Or if you give it a little like 45 or 25 degree bevel, just a light one, the paint will stick. I'm just gonna take a 220 block of sandpaper and that's it, but it knocks it down the corner enough so it's not sharp. Before I forget, let's mark these. This would be, if we're looking at the building, the left front. I'm just gonna write front. How's that working?
It's just a little bit more messy because you squish it out. You know what I mean? It drips more, but it works good. Besides that.
All right, how do you think we did?
Perfect. First time.
First time, that'd be nice.
It is so beautiful out here, and if you squint really, really hard, you might be able to see some green grass coming, which is really cool. It's supposed to be warm all week.
All right, let's get a measurement. What do you boys think you're doing? Yep, I like that. So we can give it a little sand and then prime it and paint it. And while this one's drying, we can get those other two installed.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah. This is the greenhouse front.
Going up and staying up.
It's going up. I don't plan on taking it back down unless something happens in the future. We should be good. All right, one corner done. We'll have to fill our screw holes in and touch them up, but we'll wait to do that till everything is all done because we'll probably still get some more scuffs and ding marks. So, but that looks nice. All right, corner number 2.
Done.
Now, I guess I should give that a minute and let it dry so we don't get black all over the edge of our stone ledger. You want to go give the trout some worms?
Yeah, we could go do that now and let that dry a minute.
Mine as well.
Don't drive like a crazy and lose your worms.
We don't want to lose our butter worms.
No.
The trout won't be happy.
We should go fishing.
Would you look at that? The dock is nice and level.
Oh. You got all your worms?
I got them. It's crazy how much more snow there is up here than at the house.
But this is all cleared off. No more snow in here.
That's right. There's still a little bit of snow.
Oh.
Not much, but it's finishing.
See if we can see any fish.
I'm curious.
The water is really a different color.
It's a little murky, but I like it like this because then the birds can't see in and try to eat them. All right, so let's throw in and see if we see any of them jump. Ready?
Hold
I'm
on.
gonna throw it like straight out. They float, so let's see if we see anything come and eat them.
We know there's fish in here.
Oh yeah. They'll eat them at some point. I'm just hoping they do it while we're here. Last butter worm. Now we have night crawls. I'm thinking they're just gonna sink, but the fish will get them. We just won't be able to see it.
Is it sinking?
It's sinking. It'd be cool if we just saw our fish go. Coop. All right, last night crawler.
Yeah, you can't see it after you get so far down.
Nope. All right, I guess it's time to get back to work.
You have mud in your hair.
I'm covered in mud. Well, good morning. I don't know if you can tell, but I got a sunburn on my face. I don't know how I got a sunburn on my face. Well, let me rephrase that. I know how I got a sunburn on my face. It's from the sun, but normally I don't get a sunburn on my face this early in the season. And then I was thinking, I didn't wear a baseball cap yesterday, and that would have kept all the sun off my face like it normally does. And that's why I got a sunburn. I can't believe it. Look at that. The first like 60-degree weather day, and I got burnt. So today's supposed to be 60 degrees again. The sun is coming out, but it is partially cloudy today, and yesterday it was no cloud, so it shall be interesting to see how the day goes. So I finally did something that I probably should have done when we started building this place, but I never did. I picked up our DeWalt chop saw stand. I've had this, oh my gosh, I have had this for quite a long time. This we have had and bought when we were redoing our first house before Olivia was born. How about Olivia was born? That sounds better. So this thing is pretty old, and it's paid for itself over and over and over again. And I just never brought it up here because, I don't know, I don't like having to move the thing around and put it away. And we're gonna need it for this project because we have all 16-foot long sections of the trim, which was a pain to do without it. And then all of our siding pieces are 16 feet long. So we're gonna need that. So I'm gonna get that set up. All right, it's not that nice out yet, so I went and got my vest and a winter hat. Let's figure, oopsies. Come on, there we go. So in case you have one of these stands and you don't know, because it took me quite a while to figure this out. I don't remember how I did, but it was a while before I figured this out after I had the stand for a long time. I always just thought that this was a support for your boards. These are actually stops. They fold down if you don't need them, and then you fold them up, and you have a stop. So if you're gonna be making a bunch of cuts, say at 6 feet, you'd put your saw blade down. What I normally do is I'll lock my saw blade down, and you can do this from either side. Take your tape measure, put it there, take this out, bam, bring it to your mark, and then lock this in place. And then make one cut, measure it, make sure it's right, and then you can just knock them out and you have a stop. You don't have to measure every piece. I never knew that for quite a long time. I wish I would have known that when we were doing all of our other houses. I don't remember when I learned it or why I learned it or whatnot, but a huge time saver if you need it. All right, let's get our window trim figured out here. Sir, excuse me.
He doesn't seem to mind.
You gotta get down, sir. Do you have authorization? Look at your dirty feet. What have you been in? Gross. You're all dirty and wet. All right, this one can go here now. I like it right there. All right.
Did we interrupt you? So this nice weather is making me think more and more about us sitting out in front of the store, having it open or having it shut. Let us know if we should get rocking chairs or what kind of chairs we should get to put out here. We need 3. That will look nice, but also be comfortable. Let us know. What is that piece?
That's the up and down trim that I have not cut yet.
What are you gonna do now?
Oh, this bottom piece sticks over like 1/8 of an inch, so I gotta trim it back so it's not messing up our trim work.
The window part?
The bottom part of the window, yep. Right here. Sticks past this upper part. Perfect right there. I like it. The corners are up, the windows are trimmed in that we're gonna trim in for now. So that means tomorrow we get to start the siding. I can't wait to see what this house looks like not being green anymore. How about you guys? Let me know, leave it in the comments down below. Thanks for coming along on our homesteading journey. You guys are a huge blessing to us in our homestead. Without you, we wouldn't be doing what we do here. So thank you, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.